Good morning. Good morning. There, we've got someone popping on. I'm glad you're here, Carol. I couldn't make it yesterday. I was in a meeting for work. On Thursday mornings, I have an 8:15 meeting, so I can't come on Thursdays very often. Happy Friday. Good morning, Michelina. Hi, Elaine. Seems like it takes people longer to hop on YouTube. It's interesting. I'll take you whenever I can get you, though. Elaine says, I missed being able to comment. Yeah, I heard that the commenting wasn't working yesterday. That would be hard. We're so used to that. McLeana says, I think it takes longer to remember that you can't see them until they say hello. Yeah, I was even watching the little people count, though, on the top, and there was nobody here for like the first minute that I was on. Elaine says, some days I want to be so chatty, haha. And McLeana says, that was a setup error on my part. And Amy says, yeah, busy hands until now. That's okay. I'm just glad you're here. I'll take you all. So I have already done a 40-minute yoga class. I got up early. My team at work, we once a month, we do an optional movement meeting together. We don't talk work at all. We just we've done hikes where people just do Zoom on their phones. We've done, I wasn't able to attend, but one of the gals did a Bollywood class. Yeah, we've done a bunch of different things, and we just did yoga. So I got up at 7 to start a yoga class with my team, and it was lovely, really nice to start the day that way. Carol says, I missed your comments, Elaine. I missed everyone who couldn't. We worked it out, though. And McLeana says, last page of journal 23. I don't know what journal this is. I never wrote down the number when I started it. I usually do that first thing, but I couldn't remember what number it was, and I've never gone upstairs to look at my last mandala book to see what number it was. I think this is at least 24 or 25. Mine are smaller, though, and I only do one side. Do you do both sides of your page, McLean? I can't remember. I was just saying to Carol before you guys came on that I couldn't make it yesterday, but I really loved my mandala. Took me a long time, but it was really fun. Laura says, good morning. Oh, and Carol says, I would do a laughter yoga session for you, Kathy. That would be so cool. I wonder if, yeah, I could get you on. Yeah, that would be amazing, Carol. I would love to do that. I'll text you afterwards and we'll see if we can find a date that works. Yeah, McLean says I do both sides, thick watercolor paper. Yeah. This is sparkly. I don't know if you can see the pink. You can't really see it. The pink is like glitter ink. Anyway, very fun to make. So, how are you checking in this morning? I feel proud. I have started lifting weights, and I've said for years to all of my clients, all my members at work, I'm always saying to women my age, it's really important to lift weights as we get older. And I was not doing it myself. I haven't done it consistently for 5 years, 6 years. Anyway, I joined a gym here and I've been going and I have been lifting and I'm really proud of myself. So, yeah, that's my check-in for today. How are you checking in? Today is September 12th. And it is Friday. Amy says, go Kathy. Thank you. It feels good. Hi, Pamela. She says, good morning, friends, with the sunshine. It is cloudy. It has been a lovely, cool week here this week. Like, I don't think we went above 70 degrees all week, and it's been amazing. 70? We went above 70. We didn't go above 80 all week. Next week's supposed to get hot, but I'm going to be in Oregon next week, so I can avoid it. So Amy says, still feeling sick and impatient about it. I'm sorry. Carol says, checking in, better than yesterday. Got back in the pool after 2-week hiatus. 2-week plus hiatus. Felt glorious. Lifted weights before the pool. I agree, Kathy. It's so important. Empowering and important. Laura says, grateful to be joining friends for a lakeside cabin getaway. Michelina says, feeling good about being engaged with life and making progress on things every day, even when I don't give myself credit for my work. Pamela says, same here, cool weather and overcast in the morning, loving it. You and I seem to be on the same weather pattern, only I'm stuck here next week during the heat. Yeah, I am. It's supposed to be, I think, in the high 80s, almost 90 next end of next week. So I will be happy to be on the Oregon coast where it'll probably be 65, which is a really warm day for them. Pamela says, I'm sorry you're feeling sick, Amy. Scott caught something this week. No fun. COVID's been going around. I have quite a few clients at work that have COVID, and obviously our Claudia just had COVID. So yeah, it's definitely still out there. Thankfully, it's easier managed. All right, well, it is almost 10 after, so let's do some grounding. I didn't really think about grounding today. I do have a reading that I'll do after we ground, but I didn't really put any thought into it, so let's just fly by the seat of our pants. Michelina says, or Pamela says, Michelina, my personal opinion is you are amazing. Yeah. I can relate to what you said though, Michelina, that, how did you word it? Feeling good about being engaged with life. Yeah, it's easy for me to fall into just kind of a blind, just do what I do every day without really engaging or making the best use of my time all the time. And so I totally understand what you were talking about. Jan is here. Hi, Jan. Feeling happy to be there and see you, Kathy. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah. All right, we were just about to start grounding. Excuse me. So let's do that. Take a deep breath, maybe just settle in with your body. You know the drill. Relax your shoulders. Lengthen your neck, your spine. And just touch base with your breath. Begin to notice your inhales and your exhales. Try and keep your mind in the present moment for just the next couple of minutes as we take time to get our heads in our bodies, our feet in our feet. Our souls centered and embraced. Maybe that's what you need to do for yourself this morning, is just have a little conversation with your essence. Not the rattling thoughts, not the emotions, but the real deep inner you. The part of you that I believe is eternal. And just take a moment to check in. You might say out loud, I love you. You matter. You bring beauty to every space. You're whole just the way you are. I'm here to take care of you. You are my top priority. You are safe. You are strong. You are lovely. You are worthy. You are a vessel holding love and kindness and empathy and truth for all those you connect with. And then when you feel ready, you can come out, and I'm going to do a reading, a poem by Kate Bear. This is her book, beautiful book. And this is titled The Martian. Take my hand. This is what we call the world. Sometimes we call it the earth, the most gentle of words. Other times, a heaping pile of shit. These are people, those are trees. That is how we move across the fields. That is called a train. This is my eyelash. That is my cheek. The sound you just heard is called a sneeze. Observe the creatures moving across the floor. Ant, spider, cat, child. You may only smash the smallest of these. Here are my pencils. This is my coat. In the winter, frozen water falls from the sky. This is what we call snow. That is a button. This is a breeze. In the trash, we have an assortment of things: paper, peels, and plastic strings. That is a cello. This is a mosque. The shouting outside is what we call fear. If we hurry, we will find a sunset. If we slow, we can find ice cream. That is a candle. This is a door. Here is the light it carries. Here is the here is the comfort it brings. I like that reminder of the simple things. So I didn't really introduce us or myself. I'm Kathy, and you are at our Mandala Universes. This is a circle of friends who did not know each other when we started. We did not start as friends. We became friends by meeting every morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time. We have a shared leadership, so each morning you'll see someone different. And we draw circles together. But we also check in, we ground, we hold space for each other. This is one of the safest and kindest little corners of the universe, definitely of the internet. And you are welcome. Mandala is just a circle. So our Mandala universe just means circles. We draw circles, and there's nothing magical about drawing a circle or filling it in. There's no artistic prowess required. It is simply a space that you can fill with whatever you need to fill it with. So here we are. Sometimes I like to go round and around my circle. It always tells me where to stop. Gosh, I love my morning coffee. My company that I love, I really love where I work. I don't always love my job, but I always love where I work. We have different employee resource groups. So we have one called OUT, which is for allies and people who are LGBTQ. We have one called Onyx, which is for people of color. We have one for Asian American Pacific Islanders. We have one for young moms. We have one for women. And we just have a whole bunch of resource groups. And the AAPI group is doing an activity at the end of the month where if you sign up with they actually contracted with this company who's going to present a chai making class, and they send you the kit with everything you need, and then you get to take the class to learn how to make chai. And I'm very excited for the kit. Unfortunately, I realized after I signed up that I'm actually off that day, and actually is it the Friday of the retreat? I think it is. Let me look. It is. Maybe we could all do it together. I could bring my computer and I could just go cameras off and we could all watch it together. If anybody's interested in that, let me know. It is that Friday. So I don't want to I definitely don't want to interrupt the retreat for that. But if anybody's interested and wants me to do that, I, I could do that. That would be funny. Carol says, Kathy, your words were beautiful. Plan to share them another day when I lead. I think they were spontaneous, so meaningful, especially have a conversation with your essence. Yeah, it was spontaneous. I was flying by the seat of my pants, Carol. Sometimes those are my best groundings, is when I just listen to what I need and share it. But thank you. It felt good to me too. I think I was inspired by Michelina's words of just being really intentional with the way she's been living, and I can relate to that. And so I think that's what inspired that. So thank you, Michelina, for sharing your check-in. And yeah, Pamela says, I'm for the chai making class. Yeah, I'll bring my work computer, and it will definitely be something that's optional, and it'd be fun. I don't know what to expect, but yeah, if anybody's interested, I will have my computer. I will bring it along, and we can see what they say it takes to make chai, because I have always just used the powder that Michelina and Amy introduced me to, the Blue Lotus. So I'm not sure. I haven't received the kit, so I'm not sure what's in it. I can't imagine that it's just, a cup and a container of Blue Lotus chai. I would imagine it's a little more detailed than that, a little more authentic, maybe. Yeah. So, all right, we can do that in my bedroom, and if people don't want to participate, they don't have to. But I was kind of sad when I realized I was going to be off that day. I was like, oh, I really wanted to go to that. So if we do it together, that would be fun. So I have news about my oldest. Most of you know, well, I think all of you know, he's in the Air Force. And May through August, he was in Mississippi retraining. He got an opportunity to basically quit the job he had been trained for after basic training and learn a new job, and change his career, which is kind of hard to get permission to do that. So it was a big deal. And he trained in cybersecurity, and ever since then has been waiting for orders for where they're going to be sent next, what base he's going to work from. Originally, they had given him orders, and it was for a base in Oklahoma. But because my grandson has asthma, and there isn't a pediatric pulmonologist within 100 miles of that base. It's way out in the middle of, nowhere. It would have been a terrible assignment. They did a medical exclusion, and so they've been waiting for updated orders. And in the meantime, my son's been back from his training for, I don't know, several weeks now, and he can't work. He doesn't have a job in cybersecurity, and he can no longer do his old job, because that's not his job anymore. So he's still under that boss, but it doesn't have any work to do. And so he's actually been staying home with the baby. My daughter-in-law went back to work. She works at a school. And yesterday he got a very vague email that was like, we have your orders, but it didn't give him the orders. So he was like, look what I got. And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't say anything. It just says, yeah, it just didn't say anything. It just said so hopefully today he will hear something. and find out where he's going. I would love it if they were just going to stay at Travis because it's so close to us. It's just a 3-hour drive and we can pop over there for a weekend. But it's the military and there are no guarantees. So anxiously awaiting that news. I'll be sad if they're far away, and yet also I kind of see it as a fun opportunity because we can go visit wherever they end up, which is always fun. But I won't get to see Xander as much, Xander and Aurora, if they're, if they're playing right away. It's just not. It's just I already do so much traveling. My travel budget is over the top. I spend a lot of money to travel. And I love traveling, but it is expensive. So, let's see. I think I don't know if I read Amy's. Same, I've attempted many a chai, never quite turned out how I like them. Carol says, my mandala is simply a heart with Kathy's words below it. Today, simple is best. Pamela says, my friend, India Ascent, says it's a ritual making chai in the morning. I'm hopeful it's something like that. And Pamela's words for her mandala are celestial connections for learning. And Henry, I'll give you the Henry update. Henry started school a week ago yesterday, and is really thriving, really loving it and making friends. And last night, my daughter was working, but my son-in-law sent me a video of Henry singing a song that he learned at school. Oh my gosh, I can't even. So that's another, just a happy update for my family. Like, Henry had never been to preschool, never been to daycare, never been away from his mom for, 6 hours at a time. So we had some concerns, not concerns, just like, oh, I wonder how this is going to go. And it's going swimmingly. So that's a relief. He seems very, very well adjusted to it, which just makes me really happy. Amy says, I felt more compelled to pet the cat today than draw, but managed a circle. I'm willing to remain open. Galena says, one of the best chais I've ever tasted was Oprah's chai at Starbucks. Sans sugar, so much cinnamon and cardamom and ginger. Galena says, this is a door and the light it holds. Straight from the reading. Love that. It is 8:29, so we are very nearly out of time. I could sit here all morning with you all, and I'm excited that in a couple weeks I can. With most of you. Carol, we're going to miss you so much. It's a retreat this year. I can't show you my mandala because it's very wet. These are some of my favorite ones, is just to really let the watercolors do their thing, and it is impossible to show you until it dries. Thank you for joining me this morning, friends. I do love what we have here so much and appreciate all of you. If I had the Martian here, I would say, these are my sisters. Love you all. Have a wonderful Friday.